Hey, what up? Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. This is the Hackanaut. Coming at you live, celebrating a happy Friday. Today, we're going to be talking about probably one of the most popular games that are out right now on your mobile phone. Probably not just for your mobile phone, but also games in general. And that's PokemonGO. Today is primarily going to be a lesson on, for those that are new to the game. It's going to be kind of going over the basics on how to play PokemonGO. Just showing you some of the basic things that you can do in the game. So we're going to go over that today. And if at any time, for those of you that are already playing PokemonGO and have been doing so for a while, you want to show, what Pokemon that you got. And also, for example, what team that you're on, you can go ahead and send that over. So first off, before we begin, hello, welcome to PokemonGO. This is the game tutorial by me, the Hackanaut. Right now we've got, for me, I'm already on level 15, and I've already allowed the chance to choose a team, and my team is Instinct. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Instinct is my team to go, but enough about that. We'll get deeper into what teams are and everything else that are like that. Ooh, we got a Pokemon right now. But let's sit on that for a little while. Actually, let's start on the game. To make this game a little bit more interesting, I set up a couple of things in here. 2 items. One is incense and one is like an egg, a lucky egg. That way I can get like more experience points while I capture Pokemon. But enough about that. Let's start with the game. Oh, it disappeared. Okay, it's alright. It'll come back. Alright, so PokemonGO. For those of you that are just starting out, PokemonGO is a game that has been created originally from the Pokemon world, but also it was designed as far as gameplay by a company called Niantic out of San Francisco. And the entire idea of it is that you actually get to travel in the real world to capture Pokemon. So I think that's pretty cool in that respect, because you actually get the opportunity to walk around in the real world. So starting the game, you get a window that pops up and you meet up the in-game professor. And your professor, let's go and to actually see what the professor says. The professor in the game is actually a dude that gives you all the information that you want to know about the game. So you're going to encounter something that's similar to what I'm going to show you right now, if it allows me to. Oh, here you go. So this is the professor. He'll give you a whole bunch of tips on how to start the game, and this is your guide right there. When you start off the game, what's going to happen is he's going to give you a Pokeball and give you the option of capturing it. And this is kind of like your first introduction into how the game works and how the game plays. So what you're going to notice is that he's going to give you a Pokeball, and then you'll have the option of choosing 3 Pokemon. The 3 Pokemon that you have the option of choosing is either going to be a Bulbasaur, which is a plant-based Pokemon. I think Charmander is one of the original choices, which is a fire-based Pokemon. And the last one is going to be Squirtle. Squirtle, this is a water-based Pokemon. So you get a brief introduction to that, and you get to choose one of them to start off your gameplay. Not only that, you also get the opportunity to figure out how to capture Pokemon, and that is through the Pokeball. Now, I'll show it to you when we have a Pokemon to catch later on, but just to get a sense of it, what you're going to be doing is actually flicking your phone in order for you to get Pokemon. Actually, flicking your phone meaning you're going to be tossing Pokeballs towards the Pokemon in hopes of trying to catch them. But that's how you start off the game. Couple of tricks with that. For those of you that remember the original Pokemon, you have the option of picking probably one of the most popular characters in Pokemon, and that's due in part to the cartoon. which is a yellow electrified Pokemon called Pikachu. So in the Game Boy games, you're able to pick Pikachu if you just don't accept or you don't capture Pokemon off the bat. Like, you know how I was telling you earlier about the professor, he allows you to choose 3 different Pokemon. Well, if you walk away, I'm talking about the Game Boy game now. If you walk away, I guess like 3 times or 4 times and don't choose any of those original Pokemon, when you go back that next time, I think it's the 4th or 5th time, you actually have the opportunity to capture Pikachu. And I think that actually translated into this game here. So if you do the same thing, if you kind of like don't get any Pokemon, by the 4th or 5th time, you'll have the opportunity to pick a Pokemon. Now, for me, I just started off with Bulbasaur when I first started the game, so I didn't try that. So if any of you have tried that and said, oh yeah, if you go back to the Pokemon trainer, the professor, after like the 4th or 5th time, you just, from what I heard, you move the camera around and you're like, all right, now I can capture some Pokemon. So if you go ahead and try it, let me know if it works. Let me know, and let's see how that goes. But all right. So with that, there's a couple of features in the game, which I'm going to actually go over with you because the tips actually provide some pretty good things on there. So when you start off the game, your character here, this is actually a good opportunity to show you how to capture some Pokemon. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's do that. So like I was saying earlier, if you want to capture Pokemon, something going to appear on your screen. See, and this is right here. This is the Venonat. Right down on the below, you got your Pokeball, which is rotating like that. What you're going to want to do is tap down on it, which I'm doing right now, and see that ring? It's going to be in 3 different colors. Either it's going to be green, which means it's easier to catch, yellow, which means it's a little more difficult to catch, and then I think orange means that it's more difficult to catch, and you're going to have to try different things in order to catch the Pokemon. But noticing how it's green, I'm considering that this is going to be an easier catch. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, see here, I'm taking the Pokeball. You get to move it around, anything like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to align my flick, or rather my tossing of the Pokeball, and get it directly onto the Pokemon. But there's another thing that you got to consider too, like those circles. From my understanding is like, see how that green circle is pulsing big to small? When it gets smaller, you have more likelihood of capturing the Pokemon. I guess it's considered like a stronger toss. So I want to, when I toss the Pokeball, I want to make sure that it's at the smallest circle possible, increasing my chances of catching the Pokemon. So let's see if this works. All right, boom, boom. And sorry for the disorientation there. I'm actually playing my game in the house. This game is actually encouraged to go outside and play and catch Pokemon. But, ooh, sweet, I caught it. Woo, bang, boom, baby. Yeah, so I got a Venonat, got experience points. There's my Stardust, and there's my Venonat candy. So, all right, that's great. That actually worked out pretty well. Venonat comes in, or a Pokemon shows up, just tap on it, and boom, catch it, ready to go. So, all right. There's that. That's a great way to show that how to capture Pokemon. So, but moving on, I just want to kind of give a brief introduction on the different aspects of the game, and what better way to learn that is through the game itself. When you open it up, there's going to be a Pokeball here. This is the interface right here. At the bottom is going to be your Pokeball, where you can tap on it, and it'll bring you to different parts of the game, the menu of the game. One is the Pokedex. The Pokedex actually gives you an idea of all the different Pokemon that you have seen and documents it here. So all the Pokemon that you've caught and all the Pokemon that you have seen, it's all going to be indicated right there on the Pokedex. Next is going to be the Pokemon. This is going to be all the Pokemon that you have, that you've caught, and that you have kept. And it'll give you all the information about the different Pokemon. If you swipe to the left, it's going to bring you to your eggs if you have any. Now, you start off with one incubator. You can see here this incubator, and you can take any of those eggs, incubate that, and depending on how far you walk, that's when it'll hatch. So for example, I have one incubator here, and I put an egg in there for incubation that says 5 kilometers. Now I've only walked 2.8 kilometers so far, but after I've walked 5 kilometers, this egg will hatch. And the cool thing about it is it's kind of like a surprise when that egg hatches. You never know what's going to be in there. So it's a great way for getting, at least me, getting out there to walk. And it's a great way for you to get Pokemon. Say, for example, you don't live in an area that gets much Pokemon. This is a great way for you to get Pokemon. Just walk around, eggs will hatch, and get Pokemon. So that's a brief introduction on what eggs are and what eggs do. When you start leveling up, you're probably going to get more incubators. So it's a great way for you to, just walk around, get different types of Pokemon. So there you go. That's a brief introduction on what that Pokemon right here. I guess you can call that a button. The button is over there. And then, okay, going up next, you're going to go to the right, which is items. And your item is going to give you a list of all the different items that you get and that you pick up along the way. And you can pick up these items either at Pokestops. Actually, I think that's the only way you can pick it up is by Pokestops. And Pokestops are places in the video game and also real life where you can get digital items. And I'll give you a little bit more information on what that is. So those are some of the items that I got there. But I'll talk a little bit more about what the Pokestops are and what all the different items are after I talk about Pokestops. So with that, let's see what else. On the lower left is going to be you meaning your avatar and all the information that you have there. It'll be given your team name if you're already on a team, the avatar that you created. There's me. I'm working on doing a cosplay for my character, so if you get a chance, if I see you around any of the conventions, at least in the Bay Area, sport your Pokemon gear, boom. And then the lower left-hand corner is like how many coins you've got. Again, here the right is the team that you're on. The journal will give you an indication of all the Pokemon that you've caught, all the activities, all the Pokestops that you've visited. So that's a good record for you to keep. And then down below, they got kind of like a reward system for different things that you do here. So that'll populate with itself. Like, for example, jogger. Tap on that. You walked 50.44 kilometers. I was like, dude, that's pretty awesome. Walked a lot. One game that I know of that can make you walk around. So that's pretty sweet. Getting out of there. Oh, it disappeared. That's a Nidoran. I missed it. Oh, it's okay. Oh, here's another little quick tip for you. If you keep your phone on your audible mode, meaning not on silent mode, your phone will vibrate and then you'll know that there's a Pokemon around. So you don't even have to really look at your phone all the time. You can actually just keep it in your pocket. And if it vibrates, you know that, oh, there must be a Pokemon around or something. Or maybe even that your messages that are outside of the game, that you're getting messages. But anyways, moving on, the final place that you can see here is going to be your shop. And in your shop, you can literally buy things with real money in the game. So at the bottom, they're going to have Pokecoins. And on Pokecoins, this is where you spend real money to get different kind of coins. Different kind of coins. There's only one coin in the game. But quantities of coins. And then with those coins, once you buy them, you could buy in-game goods. So like, say for example, you want to get more Pokeballs. Pokeballs are what you use to catch Pokemon. You could do that here. Incense. Incense is essentially an item. I like to call it pheromones for Pokemon, like in the game. Like if you turn on incense, which I did right now, Pokemon will come to you instead of you going to the Pokemon. So that's kind of a nice way for you to get Pokemon. The lucky eggs, that just allows you to get more experience points while you're catching Pokemon, resulting in you leveling up faster. Ooh, and then you can also spend your coins on lures. Lures is like incense, except you could only use them at Pokestops. But the great thing about that is that everybody gets to benefit from all the pheromones and all the Pokemons that are coming in. So that's another great thing. And you can also get egg incubators, so you can hatch more eggs. Also, if you run out of room in your bag, you can increase your space. Also, you can increase your space for the Pokedex. Pokemon storage upgrade, meaning how much Pokemon that you can carry. So again, Pokemon storage upgrade is for the amount of Pokemon that you can carry, and then the bag upgrade is going to be for the amount of items that you can carry in the game. So, oh wow, I was gonna actually go over the items in the tutorial, but actually this is already a good way for you to, I think that's already enough information regarding that. So as you can see here on the right side, I've activated the incense on the right. Reason why I did that is since I'm at home, I can't physically go out, and or at least I don't know how to physically go out and stream my screen at the same time while I'm playing the game. So I figured I'm just gonna set up an incense. That way, you know, I could show you how to play the game Pokemon, and also, you know, get Pokemon coming my way, like you saw with that Venonat earlier. Now, when you're at home and you're staying in one place, you're probably not gonna find too much Pokemon. But I figured I'll just use one, and then hopefully some Pokemon will come. And then above that is going to be that lucky egg where you get double experience points when you catch Pokemon or do certain activities. So, alright. And then one more above that is going to be the compass. It's going to orient you in the map so you know where you're going, or it'll show you where you're going. So see, as I'm moving around, you see it also moving around. And I think that's due to the phone's internal, you know, they got a compass in there. Finally, the most important thing is this. Nearby. This shows you where all the different Pokemon are. And I don't know if there's still a glitch in this, but in the nearby function, this allows you to actually, as you're walking around, you actually get to walk towards the Pokemon that are in this nearby screen based on how you walk. So, to my understanding, what I did research on, this right here, this is done in like a 3x3 grid. Ooh, it vibrated. Hold on, there's another Pokemon right. Oh, it's a Rattata. Let's try and catch this one. So as you can see here, CP10, there's a name. It's green, means easy to catch. There you go, catching it. Sorry for like all the in-screen. I'm just showing on my picture, just showing it through my computer, and that's how I'm catching the Pokemon. Alright. And you know, see how easily I did that? With practice, you can catch Pokemon as easily as well. Now, I've gone out on runs with playing Pokemon, ridiculous as that sounds, but that takes a little bit more finesse in catching Pokemon. I suggest that if you do catch Pokemon, so you don't waste your Pokeballs, you stay in one place, center the Pokemon, and then toss your balls. You toss your Pokeballs. So there you go. Alright, but going back to this nearby screen, from my understanding, this is a 3x3 grid where the things on the 3x3, meaning there's like 3 Pokemon across and 3 Pokemon down. It just, right in this instance, there's no Pokemon on that last row. Imagine that there's a last row there. But anyways, in order for you to work this nearby screen and to get to the Pokemon, there's a couple of things to consider. One, the upper left-hand corner where that Pidgey is, this Pokemon right here, that means it's that it's closest to you. And then if you go down the grid, I think it's like the lower left-hand corner, that is the furthest away. So if you wanted to get to a Pokemon, say for example I wanted to get to Paris, which is this crab looking thing with mushrooms on its head, I'm going to want to walk around until it gets to the upper left, see where the Pidgey is in the blue circle. I'm going to wait for that Pokemon to get to the upper left-hand corner. Once it gets to the upper left-hand corner, you're going to know that it's close by. So, but that takes a little bit of trial and error, and that's due to if there was no bugs with this nearby function. Now, the last time that I checked, the latest update, I don't know if it fixed it. So just keep an eye out on that. Just look at the threads online to see what the status of the nearby function is, to see if it's fixed or if it's still defective. But yeah, there you go right there. So alright, so that I already talked about the items. I already talked a little bit about the Pokemon. Let's actually talk about the Pokestops and what they are, and also what the Pokemon gyms are. I think the best way to get that explained is through the professor. The professor's great at answering all these questions. Oh, but But there's a Pokemon close by that I have to get out of, so I'm going to get out of this real quick. Oh, I felt my phone vibrate. There's something going on. Did he disappear? Ah, probably disappeared. Okay, anyways, going back. Let's go back to the tips, and let's just go through it quickly so you can get an idea of all the different aspects of the game. All right, so for one, let's go through the Pokestop. This is the Pokestop. I'm going to essentially just read what the professor is saying. So in here, this is a Pokestop. See here, it's a real-world location where you can find Pokeballs and other items. The Pokestop will change its shape when you walk close enough. So when it gets to that little cool shape there, you can tap on it to interact it and then spin the disc. And that's where you get your items. Now, you don't have to wait for all the items to pop out. This is just my own little tidbit of information. You could just X out of it and all the items will automatically get included into your bag. Alright, next up is this is the gym. See that gym right there? That red indicates the different teams that he's on. Red is going to be, just a quick primer on teams. Red is going to be Valor, which their whole mantra, I guess, is battle. Like, I think their whole thing is like growth through battle or something like that. Blue is Mystic. And their whole mantra is growth. I'm paraphrasing here, of course. Is growth through what is it? Growth through what the hell? Growth. What is Blue Mystic is growth through my mind is escaping me. Mystic is something along the lines. It's not evolution. Okay, I'm gonna go to what Instinct is. That's the team that I'm on. Instinct is hatching eggs. Oh, that's right. Duh. And then Mystic Blue is growth or power through evolution. So, just a quick primer on that. And my phone's vibrating like crazy, so I'm gonna see what's going on here. There's a Rattata. Let's go ahead and catch this bad boy. Green. So that means it's gonna be easier to catch. So let's go ahead and catch that. Hopefully we'll be able to get there. Alright, we caught that bad boy. Boom. Okay. Now going back to tips. We left off at Pokegyms, so let's go ahead and fast forward to a gym. Pokegyms. This is a gym. Teams battle for control of these real-world locations. Assign one of your Pokemon to an open gym to claim it for your team. Strengthen a friendly gym. Friendly means the same color as your team. If you go to a friendly gym, you have the opportunity to add a Pokemon to that gym. So you strengthen a friendly gym by assigning one of your Pokemon to help defend it. Train the Pokemon at a friendly gym to increase the gym's prestige and level. Oh, I didn't know you can train your Pokemon. Oh man, I'm learning something new every day. Okay, that's good to know. So when I go to a friendly, I'm going to make sure that I train Pokemon. Challenge a rival to lower its prestige and level. Alright, got it. During the battle, swipe left or right to dodge incoming attacks. Alright, duly noted. Is that it? Alright, and I guess that's it. Alright, so we're going to give you an example of a Pokegym. So here, it's too far away so I can't interact with it, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what the screen looks like. So here's the Pokegym. When you go to a Pokegym, there's going to be a couple things that you see. One, in the upper, you're going to see the location of where that place actually is, the level of the gym, and then below that, you're going to see the Pokemon that is defending the gym. In this case, it's a Vaporeon. And to the right of that is going to be the character that owns that Pokemon. So I think that's it. You can usually swipe left or right to see if there's more Pokemon defending the gym, but in this case, it's only the one. In the lower left-hand corner, as you can see there, that is where you can add a Pokemon. Since yellow is a friendly for me, I can add a Pokemon to defend it. So in the lower left-hand corner, that's what that is. In the lower right, and which I just learned right now, is that you can... that's kind of cool. You can actually train your Pokemon to get stronger. So I'm definitely going to make my way over there to train my Pokemon. So Vaporeon. Here's a little tidbit of information that I want to tell you guys. In the game, they got a lot of cool Easter eggs that we're probably going to have to discover over time. But one that I discovered is how you can get Vaporeon, or 3 different kinds of Pokemon, just by naming one of the Pokemons that you get. So let's see here. I'm going to organize these by name and see if I could find that. And in this particular case, the Pokemon that you want to change names in is Eevee. Eevee, once you have enough Pokemon candy and evolve it, it will change into 3 different types of Pokemon. So I wanted to go over that with you. 1 second. So what I wanted to share with you is that all your Pokemon can evolve. And the way that they evolve is by the different candies that you have for them. So if you wanted to evolve Eevee, for example, all you have to do is feed it 25 candies, and then it'll evolve into whatever its next form is. So remember how I was telling you that Eevee has a special trick? Well, this is Eevee's special trick. Now, assuming that you've already got it all the prerequisite candies to feed it to evolve, one way that you can kind of quote-unquote force it to evolve into certain type of Pokemon, like in this case a Vaporeon, all you gotta do is change its name. Now in this case, you can change its original name is Eevee, and if you want to change it into a Vaporeon, for example, you just change its name to Rainer. But you have to do that before you evolve it. So after you get to 25 candies, after you press evolve, after you name it Rainer, you will then magically be able to have a Vaporeon thanks to the naming convention. So that's a nice little trick if you want to involve your Pokemon into a particular type of Pokemon. Now with Eevee, there's also 2 other choices. If you change the name to Sparky, it'll change into a Jolteon, which I'm working on. And then if you change the name to Pyro, it'll evolve the Pokemon into a Flareon. So imagine that Vaporeon that I showed you earlier. A Vaporeon, its specialty is water. And then if you change it, Flareon's, which is going to look like this, except it's going to have fire features to it. Its specialty is fire. And then finally the Sparky, which is a thunder. Is that thunder? Like a thunder Pokemon, lightning Pokemon. It's yellow, and then that's its special features. But yeah, if you want to, after you get the candy, after you evolve it, and after you change the name, that's how you can get it into whichever evolution Pokemon that you've got. Which kind of reminds me, we didn't go over what candy is. When you catch a Pokemon, you are rewarded candies. And these candies you can use to either power up the Pokemon. And when I say power up, you increase its hit points right there under the name. And you also increase the CP, which means combat points. Now this is important when you start going to the Pokemon gyms and you want to defeat any of the Pokemon there. It's nice to have higher combat points to help you out in defeating those Pokemon. But before I begin that, I want to change the name back to Eevee. Let's change you to... Let's go Sparky. Let's go Sparky. Alright, so that's the importance of candy. So again, candy, you get it when you capture Pokemon. So there you go. And remember, the candy is only particular to that particular Pokemon. So as you can see here, the candy is labeled distinctly Eevee, meaning Eevee can only be fed this candy. Let's go to another one. Rattata. As you can see here, I have 115 candy. That candy is only specific to Rattata. How do you get more candy? After you capture Pokemon, say for example you have a whole bunch of Rattatas, or however you pronounce it, or maybe even Pidgeys. What you can do to get more candy, even though you get one, is in that menu, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and then transfer it back to the professor. And as you can see there to the right, you get 1 extra candy. Ooh, I saw my phone vibrated. I went ahead and clicked it. I'm going to click this Geodude. So excuse me 1 second. As you can see, it's surrounded by yellow. I might not catch it on the first toss, but we'll try. Oh, it escaped. Oh, and it just ran away. So when it does that, it ran away. I can't get to the Pokemon anymore. But there you go. There's a brief introduction on Pokemon. If you have Pokemon and you want to show, please give me a show. I'd love to see all the different type of Pokemon that you got. I'll probably do more tricks and tips later if you guys want. Just let me know. And above all, y'all have a good one. Have a good time Pokemon hunting. And I'll talk to you guys later, all right? Peace. You guys have a good one.